on it, and that lets you map it to whatever.
Yeah. Like, who in the world maps dodge to R1?
I actually don't mind that, because that's
so weird.
So that's the same as
Yeah, I don't think anyone here is gonna spoil it.
I mean, I couldn't if I literally I've walked out. I spawned into the game and walked 5 feet last night, got a migraine and had to stop, and then I managed to finish.
Oh, it's
the
like
whole...
migraine bad for you.
Yeah, no, motion blur gives me a migraine, and this is the most egregious motion blur I've ever seen in a video game.
You spoiled it, Tail. There's more than 5 feet in the game.
Oh shit. Guess
Super
I'm not
excited
getting it anymore.
super excited for when they add the option to turn it off. I pray that it's an option to turn it off completely and not just reduce it. Oh, then Rory, you've seen further than you've seen further than me, Rory. Like
if they don't do it for the PS5, they'll definitely, some people come out with mods for when it gets ported.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
if
no.
nothing else, the PC version will just fix it.
I took like 5 steps last night once I gained control of the character, and then I played for 30 minutes before we started Raid today. And both times have given me a migraine.
That's not good.
I will say,
so
you can
sorry.
definitely feel the Final Fantasy 14 elements in like everything about it.
I've seen
Like-
some screenshots of the UI. It's a little creepy.
I saw like some AoE markers that are very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thanks, Dance.
Food check.
Chrono should eat. Everyone else is good on
Let's get
food.
quick to dark and light so we can start going over it.
Yeah.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Alright, this clocks into light parties.
Will light embrace or darkness
Out.
consume?
And with the tether in, and it's going to be in buddies.
Was that just a double up because people were dead?
No, for me it was.
Take your measure.
I stepped too far out of the circle.
What I will say, even in a static environment, if it's the circle, the tank middle circle, don't even be remotely close to the circle. It is so the difference between
Don't fuck around.
the difference between max melee and the getting knocked back by the circle. If the tank is like a few pixels north or south, you will get hit. What I do, and you can do this as melee, Serena, is essentially I make sure I'm hitting a GCD when the cast is like 85 or 80% done. The second I hit that GCD, I run out to like this far from the middle, and then run back in as he does his little hop to hit the next GCD, and I basically don't lose any time. But you guarantee safety that way.
Yeah, I'm not kind of agreed.
Because, like, yeah, technically we can avoid that by the tank having absolute perfect placement.
Definitely, please
but
try
it's
to be as center as possible.
It's a
Yeah.
bitch to do because you can't see your character when you're under the boss. So you can't really see, unless you have third-party tools, you can't see if you're center.
Yeah, no worries. Okay.
I figured. You're good.
My heart quivers in anticipation. Now to take your
Alright,
measure.
be clocks, then partners. Remember, be max melee. The diamond is your marker for position. You can be further, but don't be closer. It's partners.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Everybody center. East-west light parties. Max melee.
Now to
Sides.
take your
And
measure.
just light parties again. Nice and easy. Next is the sticks.
For victory.
No, it should cover it. Alright, mirrors are next. Remember, we go east-west. We find a safe spot on our side.
Could do no better.
It's gonna be the dark mirrors we're looking for.
These magics
Run
are
over
not for
across and
you
knockback
to-
immune, or ride the knockback. And then in buddies. Great.
That was,
They did the dumb and tried to ride the knockback while using knockback immune. Just do east-west positioning for this, so Chrono can practice the facing. Will be a wipe. East-west, everybody, and then Chrono will point it towards
Warriors
the light,
forged in my
in
own
line with the light.
I'm getting circled.
4.
Now to
It's
take your
dodgeable, just
measure.
be careful. Go into the dark. Stay max melee for the light. Then run to the side and then into the new dark.
That's a fun little sequence to have to do.
Not you. Sorry.
Yeah, the
Do
tint's
you have
weird.
to be as far away from the tethers as possible?
I don't think so.
No,
Okay.
the tether's literally just whatever DPS gets the tether goes dead center with the group. Whatever tank gets the tether, go stand at A. Which is north.
What does the tank do?
You go stand at A if you have the tether.
Oh, okay.
Because you're gonna have a donut circle, so we want to be ever so slightly south of center to avoid your donut, but you want to be as close as possible to us so that we can run to the donut after the light jump. And we can't overlap them or else everybody dies, and also then there wouldn't be a safe spot in the donut.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, tanks just always keep in mind where A is, where north is. And we just do A so that people have a reference point because we immediately have to go to our clocks after that. So it's good to know where have it be the same every time.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
I just potion. Fingers are spectre.
You're still in P12.
No, that one wasn't even like muscle memory. That was literally my finger slipped off the 1 key while I was holding shift and hit the tilde, and shift tilde is my potion button. Trust me, I was very much out of 12 the moment it was done last night.
Now to take your measure.
Clocks and then light parties. Drop your twister thingy and then move into light parties.
Will light embrace or darkness
Group in,
consume?
everybody, and then light parties east-west. Speed the line.
Now to take your
It's dark,
measure.
so get to the sides, but then move in with your partners. You can be on the corners if you want. So it's easier. You can always use like this diamond as the library.
For victory!
And then step over. I know for casters, it's better to move less, so. Alright, next we're looking for mirrors. East and west, find the safe spot on your side. Look for the light mirrors. Alright, light mirrors, knockback immune, and then it will be in partners after. Wait for the lasers, then run into the circle. Wait for the lasers, then run into the circle. Gotta double up.
Got Chrono.
Got Serena. And then I'll get Knights next.
Shadowed messengers, so this is east and west. You can keep him facing north until he casts, and you can just come to D once he starts casting. Alright, face into the in line with the light. 1-4.
I see the tent now.
Out, max melee east west, and then it's into the dark, then stay max melee. Stay max melee. And then stay max melee again. Light parties, and then it's group middle, tank to A.
Bye.
So you have to resolve the three things that resolve there are all three. There's the dark and light go off at the same time, then the light's expanded version goes off. Then either the dark or light, depending on what he blowed, goes off, which means you either stay out you wait for the expanded version and get hit by the light parties, or you wait for the dark and then run into partners. But make sure you're not leaving your party until the make sure you're not leaving your party until you've done either partners or light party. And the movement is literally, so you're going to be on like this cross right here, this intersection on the east and west. And you're going to move into the dark one, and you want to be this far out. So see this diamond? You want to be in a horizontal line with this diamond, because that will automatically mean you dodge the expanded light. So if you're moving from here to, say, the dark was on your right, you just go this far out and you're fine, and you just make your way to the center of it. Then you stay there, and you either wait there for the second light to go off, or wait for the dark line to go off and run into the dark line with your partner. It's always intersection to horizontal line with this diamond.
My heart quivers in anticipation. Now to take your measure.
Right, it's blocks and partners. This is Supports go to partners.
Can get knights.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Out. Chrono has the tether. Be center. Into partners.
I think we...
Arca, congrats on Plum.
Take your
Yeah,
measure.
fuck it. It's partners again, so. Just make sure we have a feint on jury.
My heart
That was what we
quivers in anticipation.
finished on, right? If we were fainting the first jury.
I'm invading that time I think I died.
No, that was what killed Knights was the damage. He was the first guy.
I just messed up something on the dart.
Okay. Just
That was me.
make sure that the jury's getting fainted. The jury is the first one that happens, so that's
Now to take your
Blocks.
measure.
blocks, then light parties. So this is the feint. Light parties. Okay. And then
Will light embrace or
dark,
darkness
so
consume?
out, and then we'll be going in with partners. Make the center, don't be too close. Center with partners. I would recommend when you go out, go to your corners so that it's the least distance you have to travel.
Now to take
He's
your
off center,
measure.
just go relative to the boss sides and then in with your partner. I moved early.
Can get tail. Getting chrono.
For victory.
This is gonna be spicy.
Getting knights.
Alright. Look for the opposite mirror. Go east-west.
Emmet Self himself
Looking
could
for
do
the
no
light
better.
mirrors.
These
Knockback
magics
immune
are
or
not for you
knockback.
to wield.
And it's light parties out. Okay. East-west for shadowed messengers. As soon as the cast starts, you can come to D chrono.
Warriors forged in my
Everybody's
own
east-west. Already be max melee if you're not the tank having to move. Perfect.
Now
Now you can come to us.
your measure.
Not yet, Elvis. Not yet.
Move.
Not yet.
No, Chrono, you were good. You were good. Okay, move into the dark, and then out. Axe.
Yeah, sorry, Elvis took control of it, and I got the
so
right
aggro.
thing, but yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's actually the darker looking one. That's what's throwing me the fuck off.
My heart quivers in
I
anticipation.
thought the tint worked, but ever since I've said that the tint worked, I haven't been able to correctly guess it, and now I'm just wondering if I'm a crazy person and if we just have to.
There is a
has to
difference.
be. There is
Well,
no
We
way.
already know you're crazy, Tail.
There is just no way they would make it that hard to tell. Where you have literally a second and a half to move it.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them after the last.
Not a
I
second.
mean, well, the amount of body checks they did last
Light
fight.
parties? It's okay.
Light
Out
parties
then light
in.
parties. Out then light parties. But yeah,
It looks like they're trying new things.
the tint works. I mean, I assume the tint works. I
Will
just,
light embrace or darkness
everybody center.
consume?
Damn it, I don't get to do positionals. This sucks. Prize forever. Play parties out.
God damn it.
Now to take your measure.
Light parties out the sides. At least they made it nice where light is light parties.
For victory.
So I guess that makes partners dark parties. Why does it always feel like the first one hits harder?
That one we were a little lower than normal.
MSL
But, like, that's been
could do no
consistent
better.
every light mirrors,
These
back
magics
immune,
are not for
and then
you.
out
Rhea
light
is trying
parties.
something different with her mid, so I'm not certain what she has there.
Out light parties, wait. Rest in peace, Ruri.
I can't res.
God damn it. Alright, I got Chrono, I'll hard cast, so that's not great.
No, I'll get Ruri with switch cast.
No.
Alright, east-west.
Warriors forged
Everybody
in
should be at the
iron.
intersection and stay there until it's time to move into the dark. With the exception of Chrono, who's...
Shirk me, Albus? Nope, that's
My
not it.
shirt's on cooldown.
We can still do it. We can still do it. Move into the dark, and then wait, and so move into the dark, then immediately move back to where we came from, max melee, and then into the new dark
Oh,
with your
God
partner.
damn it.
Sorry, it's
Oh.
yeah, doing it that way is a nightmare. That one sucked too because that was the dark light dark, so it's literally like in out in. Yeah, see, because I thought
Quivers in
for sure you were right there.
There just literally is no way to tell until.
What I
something
might
pops
do
up.
is just go to D, look at their tint, and kind of like be ready for it, but then wait for the actual glow to confirm before you move. I think until we can like absolutely pin down. I can do some looking during our break to see if there's like a way other than the glow.
I've seen this might just help with people guys get real up close to center.
Yeah, light parties. It will be clocks and light parties. Yeah, the closer you are to center, the easier it will be for you to move it.
Will light embrace or
Out
darkness consume?
Albus's center. Then everyone on your corners, be ready to move in with partners. Careful there, the donut's smaller than you expect. Sides and then partners to be out on your corners and then move into partners.
Getting knights.
Okay, I'll recommend it after this. Sticks.
MSL himself could do no better.
Light mirrors. The east-west. Look for the light mirrors.
These magics are
Back,
not for you
and then it will
to
be partners and in after, but wait for the lasers. Wait for the lasers to go off. Now in partners. Try and take those to your corners of the circle so that it's not, so that we don't have a chance of it. There are diamonds on all of the corners, so you can use those as your measurement. No matter what. direction is facing. You can use the diamonds on the inner
Warriors
circle.
forged in my own image.
East-west.
Now
Good adjust. All right, everyone's max melee. We're gonna move. It's gonna be light parties after, so move into the dark. Stay max
Not yet.
melee. Stay max melee, and then stay max melee with your light parties. And then everyone's center except for Chrono's at A. Slightly south of center, people in the middle. And then run to A. And then go to your clocks. And then it's partners, so the supports go counterclockwise to partners.
Aggro.
That is the full mechanic.
for victory.
Sorry.
If you have invuln, use it, but I don't think you do.
That was my longest death scream so far. That was a death whine.
Were you about to say something, Toad?
Oh, it's just good shit, Chrono. I saw you went to
Yeah.
4 when it was 3, and you managed, but because you were so close, you managed to make it to the northeast to point it that direction. So that was a very good adjust. No,
Shoot.
no such thing, Rory. Go for it. During the donut light circle thing. Is there anything that determines like where the circle is gonna be? Are you which? It's so the circles always appear based on where the boss is. So the tether beforehand, where he jumps, is dictating where he jumps. So whoever has the tether, wherever, if like say I have the tether and I stand all the way down here, then the circle will be centered at C. Because he's gonna jump here and then do the circle.
There's some overlap. There's always gonna be
So
overlap,
the
yeah.
one where we're center in A, there will always be a bit of overlap, unless the person with the tether technically can stand like a good chunk south away from the rest of the party in order to make it so that there's no overlap. However, they then have to run the full distance, and if they're even a step too far, then it doesn't get soaked and they end up killing people and themselves. So it's honestly just kind of safer to do all just a step or two south and just run the same distance we would for outlight parties. Yep, it's based on the boss position. And the reason you want to be a slightly south, by the way, everybody, is if Chrono is perfect, or if ever whatever tank has the tether is perfectly right at A.
There's still a radial there. Yeah.
Yeah. If he's right at A, then a pixel north of center will knock you back to death. So you want to be just ever so slightly south so that there's no risk. Yeah, like if I ever get the tether during that, I'll usually stand further south from the group so that there's less overlap, but the big thing is just wherever the boss is, make sure you run from that point.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Oh, actually, I think it's not the boss, I think it's the guys on the side that they jump to. Now that I think about it, it's actually the boss that moves there for the light.
Hi.
Press some potatoes.
Oh.
You still have to admit that.
I messed that one up. I'm sorry.
Okay, clocks, then light parties. In light parties,
Got Ruri.
Pray.
just
Oh,
just
we got
just
it.
reset, just reset.
Yeah.
Will
I
light
should have-
embrace or darkness
It's okay.
consume?
It's fine. We could have just adjusted. Just make sure we're not in line with people. So if you res somebody, just make sure you move to the side.
My heart quivers in anticipation. Now to take your
Alright,
measure.
be clocks, then buddies.
Will light embrace or darkness
Is in.
consume?
Then this light parties east-west.
Now to take your measure.
Sides, then partners.
For victory. MSL himself could do no better.
Look for dark mirrors.
These magics are
Knockback
not
immune,
for
and then
you
we'll be
to
out with light parties.
Oh shit. I fat fingered that. I actually have to write it.
Stay out with your light party. Light is also always late if you want to use alliteration. Light is late. It always takes longer. Dark you can resolve immediately.
Warriors forged in my
East-west
own
for Shadow
image.
Messengers. Staying here till the dark line comes, until the dark line.
Now to take your measure.
Move into the dark line. It's going to be a little complicated.
Not yet.
Elvis.
Dark line, max melee. And then look out where the boss is facing,
And then
max melee.
here-ish, like where I am, kinda.
And then center except for Chrono. You have to wait for the dashes to go off before you move.
Yeah.
Oh.
You good, Matt?
Oh, I didn't realize I was Pokeballing. Yeah, I'm good.
Make yo.
I appreciate the making consideration, but okay.
I mean, there's
We
no
are
reason.
progging.
Yeah.
But whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. The only things that matter are healer things for that.
My heart quivers in anticipation. Now to take your measure.
Box. Then it will be in and light parties.
light embrace or darkness
Out,
consume?
Alvis in. And your corners to move in with partners. In partners.
A little close. Yeah, got all this. Got Serena.
Now to take your
Size of
measure.
the boss, max melee with heals. Six.
For victory!
Alright, looking for mirrors. East-west.
MS Self himself could do
Dark
no
mirrors.
better. These magics
Knock
are
back
not for you to
immune or ride it. And then it will be partners. So wait for the lasers, then in partners.
Got Chrono.
We've got knights.
Okay. East-west for shadowed messengers. Max melee or right at the intersection. And you're not moving until the dash is
forged
active.
in my own image.
But just find the light.
Now to take your measure.
Then it will be into the dark. It'll be partners at the end, but into the dark, max melee. In and partners.
Good
Job,
adjust on
everyone
that, y'all.
center. Tank go to A. Tank with tether go to A.
That's a little, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm very sorry. This is a lot faster than.
You're fine.
Apparently.
It's a lot happening at once.
I mean, you did it right.
Yeah, you're doing good.
You don't have to apologize. It is, so the mechanics in this fight are not complicated. They are just, like, when they happen, it's like 10 things happen really fast, and that's the mechanic. It's not like a few things happen.
Once you have the
throughout
dance
fight.
fully memorized, it
My
gets a lot
heart
easier.
quivers in
It is,
anticipation.
I mean, like,
Also, our first night here, so
Messengers is always, like, from your intersection to max melee in the dark line, and then either stay there or move in, and then center A. But it's always that. The only thing that ever changes is which tank goes to A, and whether or not you stay out for and wait with light parties or move in with your partners. So if you get the dance down, keeping that in mind, this will be out light box light parties.
Will light embrace or darkness
Out
consume?
chrono on the corners. Be ready to move in with your partners.
Now to take your measure.
Sides and light parties. And sticks.
For victory! MS Self himself could do no
Into
better.
the dark mirrors.
These magics are not for you
Back.
to wield.
And then it will be partners after. So wait for the lasers. Partners in. east-west, Shadow Messengers. Point it in line with the light. Everyone is east-west. Everyone is max east-west. Then move into the dark. Max melee. Then in with partners. Then center with Chrono at A. Chrono's dead. Okay.
I walked in the wrong direction.
Make sure you are so everybody but Chrono can be pre-positioned east-west from before the boss even casts.
Yeah, I'm basically standing on this intersection way over there,
Stay
like
with the
20 whole seconds before the mechanic happens.
stay with the healer that has the 2 until all 3 lines go off.
Can we get a 1 on Rory as well? Unless that will mess with Rory, I don't know. Oh, I wanted to say this as well. Your buddies. Everybody whose buddy, like, if it helps them, focus target your buddy. This is a trick you will absolutely have to do in later fights, so get used to it. Because essentially it puts a marker over your buddy's head that is your own personal marker that only you can see.
You can just right-click on someone and then select
Yeah,
focus.
it is insanely useful for 12. But I think it's great for this fight. If your partner's a healer or has a marker on their head already, whatever, just you can use that marker. But the focus target one, it just adds like a little arrow pointing at them. So especially if your partner is, let's say, a Lalafell. Super super useful. Alrighty. I had somebody complaining in 12 that they literally couldn't see me for mechanics as my partner.
Heart quivers in anticipation.
Blocks, then light parties in.
Will light embrace or darkness
Dark, so
consume?
out. The tanks in. Then partners on the corners.
Just
Too close there. God damn it.
You have no excuse.
Yep.
The only people with an excuse are me, Serena, and Alvis and Chrono.
Take your measure.
Sides, max melee. And even that, I think we should.
Oh, this murder. Yes. Alright.
reset.
Reset.
For victory.
That's one of those things that I don't want to see range dying to that, because there's absolutely no purpose to be that close. Yeah.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Box, then partners.
Will light embrace or
Everybody
darkness
center.
consume?
Light party's out.
Gut tail.
Be the line.
I keep thinking there's gonna be more than one hit there.
Out max melee with your light parties. I'm just gonna stay over here. Just mid.
Yeah, you're with us.
That can be survived with 2 people, so if you need it. Sticks.
Yeah, but they do have to have some mid on them, otherwise they aren't gonna survive.
I know. I'm saying like, so if ever you get rezzed before one of those, and you can't make it across, just stay with the party you got rezzed with. All right, we're looking for the light mirrors.
These magics are not for
Knock back,
you
and
to
then light parties out. Wait. Light is always late. East-west, you can pre-position now for shadowed messengers.
Warriors forged in my own image. Now,
Okay, then it's going to be partners at the end. Wait, and then we're going to move into the dark now. Max melee. Then in and partners. Chrono A, everyone else center, slightly south of center. Then run to A. Then clocks and light parties. You can actually survive this one. Max, go to clocks, and then in and light parties. Okay, next is sticks. Next is light stream. So, one spot will be safe. I will call out where, but try to look for it yourself. Look for the
There's
two.
a very easy trick we can
look for
teach
the
you
two
later.
opposite color ones, and they're rotating away from each other. The 2 different ones. So it's going to be northeast. Go to the northeast triangle. Then light party 1 moves clockwise. Light party 2 moves counterclockwise. And it's out and healer stacks max melee.
I think I went to the wrong light party, but otherwise that's alright. Getting healers. I can only get 1 actually.
Tanks are dead. He's gonna. There's a raid wide, and you guys are gonna die. Thing will hit for 20k right there.
What we saw a new
This
mechanic.
is the one that's that Denomia is the one that I am worried about because that will do about 20, close to 20k per dot tick.
No, no.
I mean, Serena,
You're looking for the odd one out, Serena.
I mean,
Yeah.
so there's a bunch of different ways. You can always look at one color, or you can look for the one that's like not the same as the other 2, or you can look for the 2 opposites that are next to each other. There's a million ways to solve this, so my way may not be the way you like to, but at the end of the day, what you're looking for is a spot where no laser is going to rotate, which will always be if say there's 2 blues and one orange or red or whatever you want to call it. If you look at the blue and the red next to each other, find this one side they'll be rotating towards each other, one they'll be rotating away from each other. Find the one where they're rotating away from each other. The other way you can think about it is literally just look for the 2. So if there's 2 blues, look for one of the one blue that's rotating away from the orange. Then you don't even have to think about the way the orange is facing. Whatever blue is rotating away from the orange, you'll go stand between the orange and that blue. Same thing if there's 2 oranges and 1 blue. Just with you look at the orange instead.
Okay.
is you can also just, if you look for the solo color, and you just stand, I think it's two.
Yeah,
Is it
you find
two
the odd
mark?
one out.
Is it two
Yeah,
away
it's
from the
two
solo
away
color?
from where it's going
Two
away
away.
from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's
It's only
least
two
that's what
wedges away
Hector's
from
got.
where the odd one out is.
yeah. So
moving
say the
away
south
from.
one is red, and the northeast and northwest are both blue. You go to the south. If it's rotating to the right, then you would go 1-2 safe spots this direction, which should be over here.
That should put you around west.
Yeah.
Is that that's the
Yeah.
the method I've never used, so I don't know how. Because there should be more than just 2 safe spots between it and the blue, and you'd need to be standing next to either the blue. You'll always be next to one of them. You will never. There will always be one rotating light thing right next to you. And it will be rotating away from
How
you.
good are people feeling about these explanations? I hope this isn't too confusing to people.
The problem is there's not just a set way to figure it out.
I could pull up MS Paint and show my method in detail, but I don't know how helpful that would be.
No, I just need to see it. It's the same as Omega.
My recommendation
spinning.
is go center. Go center and try and figure it out. But that way, at least if you're center and the call and you hear
We'll
the
try
call
to call it
before
out
you can.
too.
Oh, I will always call it out. But if you're center and you can't figure it out on your own, then at least once you hear the call, you're the closest possible distance to any corner you need to go to. All right, let's keep going. But that's the last mechanic before dark and light.
I'm canceling the countdown. Okay, never mind. I didn't know if people were ready or not.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Are we missing some mid for that Anomia?
I'm pretty sure we
It
always
hit a lot harder.
do no mid there, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think my veil went off.
No worries.
Clocks,
Wanted to
then
make sure.
light parties. Clocks, then light parties.
I was just wondering why it hit harder.
You don't need to delay that. Out, everybody out but Alvis, then partners. Try to be as center as possible with that.
Getting
I got
Marie,
Brewery.
getting Serena, getting.
I
Just
know
wipe it.
you
Just
Valve
reset.
is
Just
a lot.
reset.
I'm
Reset.
Now to take your measure.
If the boss moves a little bit, I can't really complain because it's hard to be exact, but do try to be like as dead center with the tether as possible so that it doesn't move like a big chunk like that.
Yeah.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Remember, if you're not doing positionals, you can already be max melee on your diamond.
Take your measure.
'Cause it's always clocks first, then light parties. Okay. In and light parties.
Will
Circle
light embrace or
out.
darkness
Chronos in the
consume?
middle. It's partners. The in and partners after.
Sorry. Dark
Oh,
corner.
they're grown up.
Now to take your measure.
Sides, he's slightly off kilter. Keep that in mind. Then it's partners after the sides, so move in with your partner.
Got knights.
For victory.
Sticks.
Gonna be a little spicier.
We're looking for the mirrors, the opposite color, east-west.
And itself
For
himself
the
could
dark
do no
mirrors,
better. These
knock back
magics are
immune,
not for
and
you
then
to
out and light parties after. East-west for shadowed messengers. Yeah, the intersection east-west.
warriors forged in my own.
Not moving till the lines go off, and then you move into where the dark just went off. It's gonna be a
Not yet,
Yep,
Elvis.
we're
Not
good.
yet.
We're good.
Now to
Wait
take
for the lines to
your
go out.
measure.
Then you're gonna move into the dark line and max melee, and then stay max melee for a second. Wait for the second one,
It's healer stacks.
and then center everybody except for the tank. Tank goes north to A.
Was that an overlap? I couldn't make it out.
The tank
This shit
tether
hits
was
hard.
close. Well, the tank tether was close to the middle, so everybody got heated.
Oh, I thought that was all HP 0. I don't have much there that can instantly top people off.
If it's done correctly, the damage there is actually not awful. Unless it's partners, then
Quivers in anticipation.
Yeah.
partners just hits harder. Which is why I think I mostly hear people fainting the jury instead of Eunomia.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the scariest, the Nomi is the second one.
Now to take your measure.
Alright, it's light
Probably
parties.
Fury.
Fox, then light parties.
Kasamba's every minute 30. Jury usually happens around every 2 minutes.
Will light embrace or
Alright,
darkness
everybody center.
consume?
Then it's out in light parties.
Yeah. So essentially, Knights, it'll just work better if you
I'd say
if
just
you
like hit
Samba every jury.
My veins on that too, so.
Take your measure.
out in light parties. I think you're only fainting the first jury, or what was the? Because you want Serena to faint out healer light party. Sorry, you want Serena to faint the second Eunomia, right?
For victory.
Eh, I'll have Panheima, and like I can GCD heal there. Faint really only decreases it by like 1k from when I tried it out in our other group.
Okay, I just
And itself himself could do
alright.
no
Light
better.
parties or light portals. I mean, fucking light mirrors. Those are hard.
These magics are not
Knockback,
for you
knockback,
to
and then buddies. Knockback, then buddies. We'll wait for the lasers. In buddies. Gonna be east-west. You can pre-position now.
Warriors forged in my own image.
Alright, so it's gonna be buddies at the end, so get ready to move into the dark. Into the dark, max melee. Then in and buddies. Then group center, chrono to A. And run to A. Then clocks and buddies. Or make sure you're max melee. Make sure everybody's max melee, then move counterclockwise to buddies. You have to be max melee. It's always
Nice.
Can I do this? Probably
No.
not, because I have
The answer
Jack
is no.
for this. Yeah. If I had more, potentially, but I had Jack shit for that.
Okay,
I
so
think-
you really need to mitigate for those jumps, then, right?
I'm not sure about the tank jumps. I guess yes.
Tanks
Okay.
need to mitigate every jump. I don't know if every one of those jumps gives you a dot, but I know at the very least that very first jump that happens does.
Is it physical? Because I can save pain for that. 'cause,
Yes, jumps are
they'll-
physical.
Pain is good where you have it now, I think. I don't know if
Okay.
it's off cooldown then.
It should be. I'm
It
not
should
running
be.
my
'Cause-
timer.
So if you're fainting the jury, the first jury, and then are you fainting anything else before that?
No, because you got sticks. So
Yep.
I
So
was
then
waiting
it
for
will
that.
be up for that if you want to faint that. If you want to faint the jumps part of the. Technically, so what you can do is as we're running into partners or standing out with light parties, if you faint then, it'll cover the light parties or partners as well as the jumps.
I'll also try to throw something on you there. I threw a Haima on you earlier because I didn't have a Turkle, but I can move Haima to that spot.
You shouldn't need sprint, but it's fine to use sprint there. You don't need it for any other mechanics that are coming up.
Horizon Healer.
The only mechanic I would even use sprint, on in this fight is Dark Current, which there's plenty of time before that, so you can use it for Shadowed Messenger if you want.
Wait, you use it for Dark Current? Oh my god, that seems so scary.
I fucking have to, or I don't have to, but I really don't like if you're behind because the heal. So if you're the support, you're up against the one you're running away from.
Yeah.
But I can't start moving until the second blast has already happened because otherwise I'll overlap with the AoE. So I have to just wait, and then it's catching up to me, and then I run.
Oh my god, that is actual gross. I'm still.
Technically, if the supports move perfectly, then you can move, but like, yeah, it's very rare that it's always perfect, so I just wait until the AoE's gone off and then sprint to run after.
Makes sense.
That mechanic is such a joke mechanic, and yet it is the mechanic that gives me the most panic in this entire fight.
I think
Every
it's because
time.
it's such a joke.
Every time I panic because I think I'm going to get caught by the Dark Current.
You know what gets me? Lightstream. Like, that is actually slide castable. It just does not feel that way sometimes.
Alright. Thank God for a different song. Like if we had to do a third fight with the same song, my brain would explode. Not ready yet. We're ready? Holy shit, I forgot that normal lockouts are only 90 minutes. I was like, how have we... I was literally like, how have we been in here for an hour and 40 minutes almost?
My heart quivers in anticipation. your measure.
Right, it'll be box, and then in light parties.
Will light embrace or darkness
Ready in,
consume?
and then light parties east-west.
Now to take your measure.
Light parties east-west, but look at the bosses facing. Just keep that in mind. Slightly offset.
For victory.
East-west, we're looking for the mirror safe
And
spots.
itself himself could do no better.
Looking for the light mirrors.
These magics are
Walk
not
back.
for you
And
to
it will be partners after, but wait for the lasers. In partners. East-west for shadowed messengers. Everybody can pre-position but Chrono.
warriors forged in my own image. Now to take
Right,
your
it'll be partners
measure.
at the end, so wait, then move into the dark. Into the dark, max melee. Then in partners. Center, except for Alvis. Alvis go to A. Everybody run to A. Box and partners. First one is partners. Boards rotate counterclockwise to your partner. Right, Styx is next. This one's 6 hits. Alright, hang out near the middle. Where this is light stream, so we're gonna find the one outlier and go stand look where it's rotating away from. Okay, southwest. Over here.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Okay, that was my bad. This is the first time I've ever called that mechanic wrong. Literally the first time. That makes
How
me very sad.
dare you make a mistake, Tail? I thought you were perfect.
It's you stand next to the, so you look for the outlier and then you're right, it is 2 away because you stand next to the, I usually look for the double that's next to the outlier. Got it. Okay, brain's fixed.
I know, right? He's making mistakes like a human.
I make plenty of mistakes, it's just that mechanic I have literally never gotten wrong.
Oh, I'm giving you shit, dude.
That hurts. That hurts inside. It feels so bad to get that one wrong after.
Yeah, it's
Trying
kind
to
of how I
explain
felt when I killed you going counterclockwise.
Fair. Yeah, soup's in the brain pot. Sorry. Yeah, Plum totally had it right, and then I griefed Plum to come join us.
You gaslit her.
Plot. And then partners, it'll be partners. It's gonna be a little wonky. We're okay.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Everybody out. Chrono. And in partners after. Remember, you can run further than you think. The AoEs are pretty small, so even if you go like to here, this far in, you'll be sides with light parties. Sticks is next.
For victory!
Yes. Don't tell Shelby I fucked up the light stream caller. She'll never trust my verification again. Dark mirrors.
Well, hopefully she's not watching either you or me.
Dark mirrors, knockback, and then out and light parties. Yeah, Chrono, join the knockback club. Let's go. Stay out. I just personally find it easier to position for the knockback than the brain space it takes to hit my knockback immune.
Honestly, like half
Really?
the time my knockback just doesn't work.
Yeah, I just
The snapshot is very early.
Huh, that's so strange, because for me, riding the knockback requires more brain power than knockback immuning.
yeah. East-west for messengers. I think the difference being we're melee.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, we're looking for the light one. Face it in line with the light. Then we are going to do, it'll be partners at the end. Get ready to move into the dark and be max melee. In dark, max melee. In partners. Center. Chrono north to A. Then run to A. Then clocks. And it's light parties. We can survive. In light parties after this. And then sticks.
For victory!
Holy shit, I actually figured out that Panheima timing. Oh,
All right, light stream. I will not grief again. So look for the solo one, find where it's rotating away from, and go 2 safe spots away from that. It's gonna be west by D, or outside of D. And then group 1 go clockwise, group 2 counterclockwise.
Embrace or darkness
And then it's gonna be
consume?
out on the sides with your light party. Max melee. Good job. You know me as next. This is the one that
I don't have
scares.
pain blackout.
Yeah, that's fine. This one's
I don't
just
have
soft.
anything.
Reprisal we have. We're good there. Just help your healers.
Oh wow,
then-
we actually
Yeah,
over-minted
there's
this
a
one. Nice.
circle. There's a circle.
Embrace or
Everybody in.
darkness consume?
And then light parties east-west. Alright, east-west light parties. And then welcome to hell. So I want the so A and D are tank positions. B and C are healer positions. If you have if your tether is the same color, both partners tether is the same color, you're on the shorts. So that would be D and B for healers and tanks. If it's long, so if it's just one color, it's long. So A and
Serena,
C.
you're around A.
So Chrono's on A, Serena's on C, and then
No, I'm on C. I'm a healer.
Sorry.
Unless
A
we're
and
not-
one. I meant one.
There's people missing over by 2B2.
That's fine. So I just wanted people to. So okay, we can die now. We can die now, and we're going to talk about the mechanic. I just want to start by saying, all y'all figured that shit out with stretching or shrinking. So amazing. I only mentioned like I mentioned support positions, but DPS you all moved to satisfy your thing. So at least I know everybody's at least looked at the mechanic. So the shorts, you guys obviously are on the close inner markers. The longs are always on the outer, far away markers. The only thing that was wrong there was, I think, Rory, did you have a short tether? Because I think Amet said he was on C. So, Rory, you would go to B, not D, if you have a short tether. The tank goes to D, the healer goes to B. And then your partner would have been on 2 instead of 4. Otherwise, everything was perfectly positioned, distance, and spots. So how you tell with this mechanic, there's 2 things you can look at. The tethers are either purple, all yellow, or half purple, half yellow. If it's all one color, that's long. You have to make it long. If it's 2 colors, it's short. There's also arrows on the tethers that are pointing in or out to help you see if it's long or short. The way we resolve it easily is that we say, so one tank is always going to get a long, one healer is always going to get a short, one healer is always going to get a long, and the other tank is going to get a short. So it's a short and a long to each for one healer, one tank. So because of that, we require positions. Whatever healer has a long tether goes to C always. Whatever healer has a short tether goes to B always. Tank with the long goes to A. Tank with the short goes to D. Then it's DPS's job to go to the number that satisfies their tether with their partner. So if you are attached to the tank at D, you go to 4. If you're attached to the healer at B, you go to 2. If you're attached to the tank at A, you go to 3. And if you're attached to the healer at C, you go to 1. Does that make sense to everybody? So it's always supports have static positions based on long or short, and then DPS, you stretch or shrink your tether and stand in the marker with your person you're attached to. Not in the same marker, but in the marker that completes the mechanic. If we can get that positioning down, that is the most hectic part of the mechanic. Everything else is just doing the mechanics we've already done while keeping the tethers short or long. But otherwise,
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, the initial positioning and making sure everybody gets to their spots correctly is the most important part. Once you're... Oh, go for it.
Oh, no, go on. Sorry, I thought you were done. I'm just gonna add to it at the end once you're done. Sorry.
Okay. I was just gonna move through the next, each mechanic of the Dark.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I was just gonna say that for C healer, when we get party stacks, the D group wants to be a little south.
Yeah, I will. I'll go over that. So, the first thing that's gonna happen when we're all in position is we're just hanging out DPSing. Boss is gonna glow a color. As usual, you want this. That means the safe one is opposite that. So if he glows dark, that means the light is safe. Then an orb is going to spawn north, east, south, and west. And you just move to the safe color. How we do that, though, is if, say, the safe color is north and south, then 3 and C are going to go here, while the people they're tethered to, the red markers, are going to go north, because then our tethers are still stretched long. If it's east and west, then the longs are going to rotate clockwise. The shorts are just going to back up. And if it's north-south, the shorts rotate clockwise and the longs back up, essentially. Does that make sense? You're always either just going to go clockwise or basically back up. With the exception that 1 and 3, when I say back up, that's if so if I'm on 3 and C is safe, that's my spot, because it's right here. As opposed
sorry,
to...
which...
What's up?
I'm sorry, which directions are the short tethers moving for north-south safe spot?
Clockwise. It
Okay.
doesn't actually. So if you make a mistake and go the wrong way for orbs, do not panic.
As long as both people fuck up at the same time, it's fine.
In orbs, yeah, for orbs, it doesn't actually matter where you dodge, but do get in the hot habit of moving clockwise or back, because
that's going to be a rule going forward.
It's going to be the rule for every other mechanic. But like if both people move, say, counterclockwise for shorts, don't panic and try and run back. Just go to the safe one. You'll be fine. Then, as soon as the explosions go out, so this whole mechanic happens in waves. Essentially, it is positions, marker positions, mechanic, marker positions, mechanic, marker positions, mechanic, and that's it. So you start on your markers, then you go to the safe orb. That's the mechanic. Then you go back to your markers, and you wait, and it's gonna do proteans, clock positions. Yes, I do have a toolbox, but I'm not sure if it's the Brat as is done now. I can find the one that's done now. Let me check the toolbox and see if it's the one.
I have a quick question about these two images you just posted. These are just how to
Oh,
use
that's
the
for-
tethers.
Yeah, if we get
So
partners.
that's for the so that's the end. So yeah, so I'm gonna just finish the explanation, just quick
Oh
explanation.
yeah, I just
My-
posted them there for.
I'll go through the last thing, and then I will look for a toolbox while Amet, you can answer any questions. But basically, so it's marker positions, dodge the safe, go to the safe orb, back to marker positions, and then it's gonna do clocks and either light party or clocks and partner. We'll talk about the specifics of that after, but so it's gonna be clocks and partner or clocks and light party. Then you go back to your marker positions. Then it's going to be the line through the middle and either in or out with either light parties out or partners in. For that, same thing. That's what that thing Amet posted if you look in strat discussion. So 3 and C, when it's the line through the middle, 3 and C are just going to come stand over here by 3. And they are now partners. It's not your normal partner. It's whoever is tethered. It's whoever's on the color tether, the color markers with you. So for partners, 3 and C are partners, A and 1 are partners, 4 and D are partners, and B and 2 are partners. So if you look at those pictures, that would be if it is out, and if it's out and then partners, you just move to the corners and then back in. The hardest part is the clocks mechanic. You basically do, you go to clocks, and then you take the clocks right on your marker, right on the diamond in your marker, and then if it's light parties, the shorts just go back to max melee range, and the longs rotate clockwise to where the shorts are. If it's partners, then the person at A and C are going to rotate to 1 and 3 to be their partner. And then the shorts are going to rotate to the long marker clockwise that is now empty. So for example, if it's long partners, and say Knights, can you stand on C for a second? Knights is at C, and I'm at 3. This is impossible, but pretend for a second it is. It's partners. Knights would run to me at 3 for the donut. He would come stand in my donut. And then the people at B and 2 with the short tether would run together to C. And the same thing.
Me and a healer would be here.
And then the same
if
thing
I were on 2, yeah.
The same thing with A and 1. A runs to 1, and then the purple markers run to A for the safe spot. This is what's called uptime kindred. And basically it just means that no one has to disconnect for GCDs. Normally I would say I don't really care about the uptime, but it's the same amount of movement as the non-uptime, so I don't really, there's no real reason not to do it. That's a lot of information. The biggest thing I want to get down is positioning. Let's do a pull or two, and then I'll get a toolbox while we're on break.
Okay,
Yeah, that's why I want to. That's why I want to do a poll.
that's fine. We can do one.
Yeah, Dark and Light is only about 5. It's 5 minutes.
Serena, you have a close tether
About
to a
6-ish
tank. Where are you
minutes.
going?
Because it's, I have my third 2 minutes there.
Can't hear you. Sorry.
Serena,
What was
you
that?
just got a close tether to a tank. Where are you going?
Close tether 4D or yeah 4D, right?
You're going to 4 specifically.
Oh, yeah.
But you would be in the right area, yeah.
My heart
Yeah, I know that was a shit ton of information drop. Just the biggest things I want people to remember is how to get to their initial positions, and then just remember that it's positions, mechanic, positions, mechanic, positions, mechanic. So you return to your positions every time.
Thanks for keeping me on my toes.
I mean, we can quiz all
Oh.
day.
A way I like to think about it
Plum,
is
you're
the sort of
you're short with a healer, and it's light parties.
take your measure.
Clock's like, sorry, clock's partners.
hold on.
Yeah,
I
not
have
on
to I have to do this.
partners.
Oh shit.
I won't.
You said clock's light party.
Yeah, I know. I won't do that again during the poll. We'll talk about it after.
Will light embrace or
In.
darkness consume?
And then it's light parties out, east-west. I just wanted to tease Plum because Plum was close, because Plum quizzed Serena, so I wanted to fire back.
For light
Oh
parties,
my
I probably
God.
wouldn't be like
Fucking-
moving very much at all, would I? I would be like moving a little bit like backwards, like this, kind of.
Sides, then
like
partners.
from my initial position of like here.
Correct, but sides, then partners.
For victory.
It was also a trick question because there's a slight caveat to that one, where you actually move slightly towards your longs because they have the longest way to run, so you kind
Yeah.
of move a little bit towards them to help.
It would
But
be,
I-
it would be
there's
more
no
of a
way you
direct-
would have
a movement like
said
this,
that.
maybe.
Kind of like right-ish here.
Dark mirrors. We're looking for the dark mirrors. Knock back, and then out and light parties. If you want to always be in melee range when you get knockback chrono, the exact like halfway point of these weird trapezoids here will keep you in melee range but make you far enough for light parties.
Okay.
It's fine also just taking the knockback from here and just moving forward.
Warriors forged in my own image.
Yeah, I'm just doing that now for now.
It's one of those things I just measured it, so. Alright, look, face him towards the light. Alright, and then
Not yet, Elvis. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
it's gonna be light parties, so get ready to move into the dark. Into the dark, max melee. I went the wrong way. Then stay out, it's light. And then in, everybody's center except for the Alvis.
One day I'll realize I don't always get that.
Oh, our tanks mixing up like
the tether. So the tether
light
is
and
random.
dark
Which
tethers
the
as
tether
well?
is random.
I
Which
see.
so the tanks
That
will
makes sense.
never get the light tether. So if you have a tether as a tank,
Oh,
then
really?
you go to A. So it's literally
Dark
just you
tether's
either
an
have a tether or you don't as a
I
tank.
see.
So let's take a break. I dumped a lot of information. I'm gonna go find a toolbox for Kindred uptime.
Gonna reset my calculator.
Yeah, definitely. If you got time, take a look at whatever other method works best for your learning style.
But if you want to look on your own time, it's Kindred Uptime is the one we're using. Kindred is the one that's exactly the same, except, sure, 15.
Sure, Serena.
That works, yeah. There's Kindred,
That
which
was
is...
created by Kindred?
Yeah, so the strategy that Kindred used, it wasn't like they didn't post, oh, this is our strat. It's just people watched them prog, and
Their
then
raids,
they
yeah.
named it after them. Basically Kindred used the strat. And then people made an uptime version of that strat, and that's called Kindred Uptime. Let's see. Grid time S. Give me a paste. Give me something. I wish every fight had a fucking paste bin like 12. 12 just has a paste bin that's been updated that literally just it has every mechanic and then a link to either a raid plan or a whatever.
I did find one I put in one of the videos that I might look at. Let me know if that's accurate.
No, this is Kindred downtime.
Oh.
Which I will say, you can use this for everything but the clocks partners and clocks light parties. Because everything's exactly the same except for the jury overruling, which is the proteins or clocks or whatever you want to call it, into something.
Use this in a bit after I disconnect my brain for 5 minutes.
Yeah, go take a break. I'm gonna find Kindred. Almost. Wait, this mechanic just, I mean, this strat just doesn't work. I'm literally looking at
Now you have
somebody
to post it.
somebody posted a toolbox calling it always clockwise, but they have for light parties, everybody's running into the boss's hitbox and taking the light parties in the hitbox, which kills the long tethers if you do that.
Backstrat?
Oh, are we doing the light parties for that where it's like, it's the only instance where shorts are going counterclockwise, kind of, for light parties?
I guess technically so you could say technically the DPS short is going a few inches counterclockwise, but like the healer and tank shorts are just going straight out east-west. And then, yes, you might move a little bit more counterclockwise to make the run less bad for your longs. But really, you should be able to just go straight east-west. Longs absolutely should be able to make it there with no problem. But it's easier for you to adjust a little bit to guarantee they make it, as opposed to be stubborn and let them die. And possibly kill one or two people along with them.
Okay, so it's kind of like between, if you imagine all the diagonal waymarks as two lines, it's kind of, you're going between the tips in the middle of both the top and the bottom of the lions.
No, that is downtime. That's Kindred downtime.
Okay.
So, because the reason for that is, in order to make that work, the longs all have to run out to the wall a little bit.
Okay, no, I see uptime now. Yeah.
I mean, it's
that's
literally
a lot
the
easier.
difference. It's literally the difference of one GCD, but it is
Yeah.
technically better, and they both are the same movement.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I like uptime better.
How do I 11. Are you looking at a toolbox for Kindred uptime or a raid plan?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Or are you watching
I
a
was just
video?
skimming a video.
Oh, okay. Can't find freaking. We have one in.
I don't think we have one in the other group.
Eh. Why not found a freaking.
I mean, I know like Hector's video guide has a it's not a raid plan, but it can work almost similar to a raid plan because he just shows the images. And he does go by Kindred uptime there.
Oh, wait. Yay. Oh, god damn it, but this is the counterclockwise version. Okay. I found the raid plan that will work for us with one exception.
I'm surprised. I thought that was like the big PF standard, so you'd think it would be easier to find.
Yeah, but every fucking PF group is like counterclockwise, clockwise. Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, this whole raid tier, PF has been obsessed with DPS are the ones who should move for supports. And I guarantee you, it's literally just because a bunch of supports were making parties early on, and then people thought that meant it was better.
Even DPS like party leads are doing that shit.
Literally everybody. Like,
that's disgusting. There's
and
no
it's
point
because
to it.
they
There's no
saw
uptime.
it's because they saw other groups do it first.
Like, moving over to your buddy is slide castable for healers. That shit is not difficult.
Okay, I am posting a thing, and I'm going to put note. What step was it? Step 11. Step 11. This toolbox shows counter rotation. I posted a raid plan. The only step that I don't want you to latch onto is 11. We're going to resolve it exactly the same way. We're just going to rotate the short groups are going to rotate clockwise instead of counterclockwise. And honestly, I can say if we can get consistent at dark and light, we will start seeing Enrage. Whether we'll see Enrage without deaths is dependent on how letter of the law goes, but we can start seeing Enrage if we can get consistent at dark and light.
That's the one with powers, right?
Huh?
That's
Yeah.
the one with
Yeah.
powers.
What? Dark and light?
No, no,
Letter
no,
of the
no.
law.
Yeah. Don't worry about. Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there. There's still 6 minutes left of the fight after dark and light. There's actually more fight left after dark and light than there is before dark and light. But there's only one mechanic after dark and light that is like anything.
This is an 11-minute fight, right?
11:16. And dark and light starts at 5 minutes exactly, or right about 5 minutes exactly, because that's when I potion. It should have been 11:11, but it's 11:16.
It throws me off that I have my third 2-minute.
But don't worry, y'all ready for a short fight after this? 7-minute 40 something in rage on phase 1. It's so short.
I'm not back. Thought everyone was back from the people who said no. No, oh, here.
I guess try again. Maybe somebody was like teleporting at the time and didn't notice and it popped up in the corner and they didn't notice or something.
Or may have been alt tab or something.
All right. So, if you haven't already, please go to the P11s, open that toolbox, and take a look at it. That is dark and light. But also keep in mind the note that I added, which is that step 11 shows the short tethers going counterclockwise. We will do everything exactly the same, but the short tethers are going to go clockwise, which also means that the long tether supports are going clockwise 1 marker. It is incredibly important, and I cannot stress this enough. I mean, it has been for basically every version of this mechanic. Anytime there's the clock positions, you need to be on your diamond. During dark and light, you need to be dead ass smack in the middle of your diamond that your marker is on. Because if you are even an inch off, the people who are rotating for the uptime version and going to like the donut at C and A, you've pretty much, I'd say about a 90% chance you murder them if you're even like a little bit off your diamond. Because the time it takes them to run takes away the time that they could be using to adjust. Make sure you are on your diamond so that the donuts are not, there's no like extra overlap. There will be some overlap, but a normal one. All right. Whenever people think they've got kind of a handle on the raid plan, we'll get back into it. Still got to clean up Shadowed Messengers and Lightstream. Also, a thing for Lightstream, one side of, so it will always be, so say we're safe at like right here. Group 1's always going to go clockwise. Group 2's always going to go counterclockwise. But something important to keep in mind is that one group, the laser that they're following is going to be moving real quick and you can just kind of run. The other group will always have a laser that is moving very slowly because you're by the origin of the laser. So you can't just run your direction full force. You gotta stagger step if you're on the slow side. And it's random which one will have the slow, so just keep that in mind.
John needs to eat food.
Everybody chomp your food.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Box, then light parties.
Will light embrace or darkness
Out, then partners in after. Center, Alvis as best you can, a little more north.
Got Brewery.
Just Just wipe it. Just
Reset.
Now to take your measure. My heart quivers in anticipation.
1 second after this pull, just to get... God, I'm on my ult. I was confused why I wasn't able to press the repair button.
Now to take your measure.
Clocks, then partners.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Out. Alvis dead center. Watch the jump. And be ready in partners. Sides.
Now to take
And light
your
partners.
measure.
Remember, light is long. Hang out for a bit. Just like tail is short, light is long.
For victory.
What mechanic did I say tail is short?
Carbuncle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I was I was
MSL
thinking
himself could do no better.
light mirrors are safe. Light mirrors.
These magics
Knock
are
back
not for you to
in partners. That was a sound. Assume that was a plum sound, but it was
That
perfect,
was a plug down hardcasting on nights.
perfectly
got
in
it.
line with Rory's running in. So I thought for a second Rory made that sound, and I was like, wow.
warriors
east-west.
forged in my own image. Now to take
There will be
your
partners in at the end, but first, wait for the hit and then go into dark. Dark, max melee. Then in partners. Then stack center, Alvis north. Run north. Then clocks.
I can get Ruri.
And then light parties after clocks. I'm just gonna feint this in hopes to survive.
Incredible clocks happening there.
I do not have feint for this because I used it.
I have an addle.
I'll have panic.
Help your healers as best you can. Any self-healing you've got. Alright, light stream.
Yeah, I've gotten the timing down for the first pan.
Yeah, if we're down a mitt, I just want everybody to use their stuff. Alright,
Okay.
light stream. Alright, it's gonna be west by D and out. Then group 1 clockwise, group 2 counterclockwise.
Will light embrace or
One for stutter
darkness
step.
consume?
It'll be in partners after, and out, and then in partners. Perfect. Next is raid wide.
Will light embrace or darkness
Everybody center, then
consume?
light parties after. Light parties. will be dark and light. Remember, tanks A and D, healers B and C. So hang out in your area. If your tether is all one color, you are long. If you are two colors tether, then you are short.
Go to A, Alvis.
Chrono, you go to D. Chrono, go to D. And then Alvis
Light
provoke
is
the
safe.
boss. It'll be light safe, but Alvis provoke the boss. So shorts rotate clockwise to the light.
Move, Serena. Move, Serena.
Chrono, Chrono, Chrono. Rotate clockwise to the light. Chrono. Okay, it's gonna be on your
Clocks.
markers, clocks.
Clocks, Serena, clocks.
Okay, and then you would go to east-west healer stacks.
Now to take your measure.
I do have one question.
Okay, sorry about that.
What's up?
I have one question. Like, he will channel, and whichever energy he channels is the safe spot, right?
No,
To, like,
it's
know where to go.
it's the opposite. Whatever he channels is not the safe spot. So if he channels dark for the orbs, then light orbs are safe.
Okay,
Because he's channeling the one that's going to explode.
that was what I meant to say. I just did not word it right.
Yes, okay. And then...
Take a gander at that toolbox for light parties.
Yeah, so for light parties there, the longs would all rotate to east and west. The shorts, you're going to be... Because remember, when we get hit with light Proteans, we drop a AoE under our feet. So the short tethers, you would get hit by your Proteans, and then you would just back up out of the hitbox at max melee, and you're safe. These longs will rotate clockwise to the east and west to meet up with.
Also, short tethers have to move together, by the way. You can't just chill
Yes, yeah.
short.
If you are a short tether, when it's time to move, you have to move with your partner. And get very used to that, because you have to do a lot of that later in 12, and it's way less forgiving. That is why we plan the clockwise movement for stuff, is so that we're always can just go. But everybody figured out their positions.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Remember, after literally it is every dodge, afterwards you just go back to your marker, and I don't mean near your marker, I mean on the diamond in your marker. This is one of those, this is not a request things, this is a command. You are on the diamond.
Now to take your measure.
Right. Blocks, then light parties.
Will light embrace or
Center.
darkness consume?
And then light parties after.
Now to take your measure.
Sides, then partners on the corners.
For victory.
Sticks.
Selk himself could do no better.
Dark
Out.
panels.
Yeah, dark panels are safe. Sorry. Dark
These
panels.
magics are not
Knockback.
for you to wield.
Then it'll be partners after. Knockback, then partners. In partners.
Snapshots.
Alright, east-west.
Warriors forged in my own image. Now,
It'll be light parties at the end. Wait for the hit, then go into dark. Clockwise to dark at max melee. Then stay max melee. We're waiting for another light party.
Hey, Elvis.
Then center chrono to A. Then we are run to A. And then blocks. And then buddies at the end. Max melee clocks, and then buddies. Perfect. We're getting that down. That's awesome.
for victory!
Sticks.
Finding
Light
on one out.
stream. It's southwest.
Will light
Group 1
embrace
clockwise,
or
group 2
darkness
counterclockwise.
consume?
Not that fast, Elvis.
Light parties. Max melee light parties. Unlucky.
I think there may be a different tell with the
Let's
clone
reset.
spawning, but I'm not certain. At least I've been able to get it right so far.
I can try, but it's
Will
like,
light embrace
yeah.
or darkness consume?
I would say always run in the direction of the odd one out, and then you'll at least be most of the way to the spot you need to be anyway. You'll be like at least on the like half of the arena.
You could also just follow the 2 marker
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah, but everybody should know how to dodge the mechanic.
Yeah.
It's much more important to learn the mechanic than it is to learn the strategy.
Nah, totally get it.
If you learn the mechanic, then you can do any strategy. But if you learn the strategy, you can only do the
I
strategy.
think for Shadowed Messenger, there might be an actual different tell, and I think I've been getting it, but I am not certain. I need both of them to be near me to make sure.
It's gonna be, it's absolutely gonna be, oh my god, what's the word? I was mentioning it the other, confirmation bias. I spent the entire first night of prog on phase 2 of 12 convinced that you could bait which PlayStation marker you got, because every time I ran to a position, I got the PlayStation marker that was aligned with that position. And then it just wasn't true, even though it was true for 2 straight hours.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it could be just that.
Fucking
Yeah.
confirmation bias, man. It happens every tier. There's always a mechanic that does that.
If I'm right, the purple ad, when it spawns, it will shine a different color aura. But only if I'm right. Because I noticed that when the light one spawns, there's a tight
a slight blue aura that appears right when it spawns. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
How
if the
fucked is
dark
it
one.
of Themis? Like, I haven't talked about this yet, but how shitty of it is it of Themis, the emissary, to make like a whole mechanic that's like the messengers, when that's quite literally what Hermes is. Like, he is the messenger. It's like, dude, fucking, you're getting all up in his job.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
He spawns quote-unquote messengers, and they're versions of the emissary, and not like, you know, the messenger.
Well, I mean, at this point in time, he kind of is aware that Hermes is a damn traitor.
Oh, he isn't. Nobody was aware
I
of
mean,
that.
they regain their memories when they die. And the Themis that we are fighting is was plucked by the original Themis' soul, if I recall.
But okay, yeah, but Elidibus didn't know that. Anyway, partners, sorry.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Out, then in partners.
Now to take your measure.
All right, sides, then partners.
For victory.
I'm not gonna have Mannheimer for the second six.
Rory, is it better for you there if I dodge closer to the middle with you so that you're closer to the group for healing, rather than like
And
up here?
itself himself could do no better.
Dark mirrors, you can answer me later. Dark mirrors,
These magics
knock
are
back,
not for you to
and then light particles. Okay, I will do that from now on, Murray. You just move in, and I'll come with you. 'Cause I don't have cast bars to worry about. All right, Shadowed Messengers, east-west.
Warriors forged in my own image. Now to take your
All
measure.
right, it'll be light parties at the end. Get ready to dodge into the dark. Dark, max melee. And then stay max melee for light parties. Chrono north, everyone else middle.
A little more north.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta run quite a bit. You can feel free to use sprint there, because you won't need it anytime.
Yeah, I pressed sprint and it didn't.
All good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean, again, it's a tank job that is literally like, none of us can fucking throw stones because none of us have to do that shit, so.
I can throw whatever rocks I fucking want to throw.
Oh, I'm gonna need a repair from one of you guys if I can.
Just ask Knights. Raven, did I pay you 1 gil
That's right.
earlier or a million gil? Okay.
One
You-
person in my UCOB static from a couple months ago, she asked for 75,000 gil for a repair, and I went along with it. I did the bit, and she never paid me back.
Correct.
Yeah,
It wasn't a bit, it was a grift.
yeah.
In my defense, Dragon Tales only has 500,000 gil.
I'm poor on this character, Knights. I only have 250,000.
Granted, I have 500,000 because I spent 700,000 gil on buying out that jumping puzzle free company houses, all of their burgers and pizza that they were selling.
I mean, that's what you should do. They're
yeah.
doing
hungry.
a service for the
No,
community.
they earned that money. That place is cool as shit.
There's a house on Aether where a free company has created a shit ton of jumping puzzles.
In like every personal room is a void build jumping puzzle.
Oh, I think I got some people doing runs on those in like my algorithm somehow.
So I've been
Where
whenever
it's just
I'm
really.
whenever I'm stuck waiting in PF on Aether, I'm just on Sergeant or whatever it's called, doing the jump puzzles. Blocks, then buddies.
I can't get to now.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
In, then light parties.
Now to take your measure.
Sides, then partners.
For victory!
What's your bad person?
We know.
I've told him always be slightly north with that. Never does it.
You know it's very hard to actually pre-position north for that, right? And you have like half a GCD to do it.
Do no better.
Light
panel.
mirrors,
For you to
knockback. Light parties out.
warriors forged in my own image.
East,
Yeah,
west.
Spawned by me.
Now to take
There'll be
your
light parties
measure.
at the end. Ready to move into the dark. In, max melee. And then stay for light parties. Then center, Alvis to A. Run north. Then clocks. And it will be light parties. In and light parties after. Sticks.
For victory!
3, 4 GCDs, Amet.
Well, I'm casting, sir. But it actually spawns real quick on you when sticks on the healers.
Look for the odd one out.
Yep. It's northwest, so 4. Then group 1
Gotta
clockwise,
Embrace
group
or
2
darkness
counterclockwise.
consume.
And then it will be out and light parties, max melee. Job. Extreme is easy. Shit. Unimia.
Will light embrace or darkness
Alvis center,
consume?
everyone else out. And partners in after. Darken Light's coming up. Remember, tanks will be A or D, healers B or C. You can kind of hang out in that area already. Single color is long, two colors is short.
And I shall never die.
Alright, everybody is in their position. On your diamonds. We're going to rotate to the light orbs when they spawn. They're north-south, so shorts go clockwise to the north-south. There you go. And just hang out here. And then go immediately back to your markers. Back to your markers. It's going to be light parties, so shorts will go backwards and longs rotate clockwise. Go. All right, back to your markers. Back to your markers. Next is it's middle.
Yeah, I'm
So
back.
sides. So longs rotate clockwise to the 1 and 3 markers. Shorts be on the side, and then go in with your partner.
Will you be judged worthy
And then
to
this is the
exist?
thing.
Chrono, I believe you should have gone clockwise there. I'm not. I could.
Yes,
I could be wrong
yes.
about that though.
No, it is yes. You were correct.
Yeah, I realized my problem. I realized my issue.
I'm actually gonna Matt, go ahead and post those 2 pictures in the actual P11s channel. Those 2 pictures are super useful. They are the perfect example of you don't rotate like all the way to east-west or anything. You literally just rotate. So basically, the C and 3, you can hang out at 3, just like here. And the red marker people, so the north people, can go to 1. And then you just step in like that when it's like to here when the line goes off. But that was it. Emissary's Will is when he removes all of our markers, and then Darken Light is finished.
Yeah, we did really well there.
Sorry, can I get 1 minute?
Go for it.
Thank you.
Rory, do you see what I meant by go back, by the way? Because I know our tether got stretched for a second. I don't know if we took damage for it, but it... Yeah, so like... Essentially, the shorts are... So if you're on B and 2, you're going to the east light party. So you're just going... You're at B, you're literally just going straight out to that diamond, and then you can kind of go a little bit towards 1 if you want. But most importantly is you're out there so that you don't get clipped by a puddle. All good.
This fight is a lot of like, there's just one little thing you forgot.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
I'm lagging horribly, so
You want to reset your router after this call?
I mean, I don't.
I think you should do it.
It'll only help.
Reset router or reset my computer?
Router.
Either or
router.
both.
Or both, really.
Both would be great.
Because that was a huge moment of what do you call this? I thought I pulled the tank the boss so low on cooldown.
Oh, geez.
Clocks, then light parties. I will say, just last night, I had 2 times throughout the night where me and multiple
Will
other
light
people
embrace
got
or
that
darkness
kind of
consume?
out, and then partners.
Got Chrono.
I will power cycle my
Got
device.
knights as well.
Got lucky.
Now
Yeah, I
knights,
just didn't even
knights.
notice.
your mega.
What's up?
I just didn't even freaking notice.
Sides, then partners. Yeah, it's that tiny bit of movement is really, it can catch up.
No, I just didn't even notice I was tethered.
Oh no, you weren't.
Oh.
Alvis was tethered.
But you were on the hitbox, and the boss,
Okay.
when it jumped a little tiny bit north, which meant that even if you were max melee, you were no longer max melee.
Do no better.
Dark panels.
Oh, okay.
Dark mirrors, yeah, that's why I always run out right at the last second.
These magics are
Knock
not
back,
for you
knock
to
back,
wield.
then partners. Partners in. So I wasn't being mean, Knights. It's just that it's better for one person to die than two.
Tail's lying. He just likes to see people
Warriors
drop.
forged in
No.
my own image.
It's his cutie.
East west.
East West? He's even wearing my favorite glam.
Now to
Alright, it'll be
take
light
your
parties.
mega.
Be light parties at the end. Get ready to move into dark. Go. Max melee. And then stay max melee. And center, Alvis north. A, go to A. And then clocks. And then be sad that we don't have a scholar. That's gonna be partners after. That whole movement is so easy with expedience. Sticks.
I'm not gonna have it for Eunomia.
Pronounce it as it's. the
Oh no,
proper
I
way.
will have it actually.
Eunomia. Light stream.
For the odd one out.
Gonna be northeast 1. Group 1 clockwise, group 2 counterclockwise, and then out and light parties.
I'm just gonna wait for light parties.
That's fine. Leady boom. There's a circle mechanic first, and then dark and
Will
light.
light embrace or
In,
darkness
then light parties.
consume?
Light parties. Dark and light. Tanks will be on A or D. Healers on B or C.
I am
One
the
color
emissary,
tether
and I
is
shall
long.
never die.
2 color tether is short. Perfect. We're gonna go to the light orbs when they spawn. Remember, shorts go clockwise if it's north-south. Light orbs, shorts go clockwise. And then get ready to go back to your marker. Go back to your marker now. It'll be healer stacks, so shorts will go out behind them, and longs rotate clockwise. So
Fuck.
front-
Oh
clock-
my goodness.
Also, don't ever move off your marker before the mechanic goes out. It'll be sides, so go to sides, clockwise longs. Longs go clockwise, not counterclockwise.
Rena, gotta move.
So yeah, you would have gone, you need to go to
Resin
one.
Will
Balm.
you be judged worthy to exist?
Emissary's
Okay.
will.
For victory!
Oh well.
Always clockwise.
You want to take a minute, Serena, to reset your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I have to reset
Ignore that ready
entirely,
check.
so
Yeah.
No, go for it.
yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, no worries. You
Oh.
can fix it. Run to the
I'm
run.
just gonna back out of the instance so I can run around like an idiot.
Okay.
I am so fucking... Oh, hold on. Actually, you know what I'll do right now? Because I mentioned it earlier. I'm gonna post it with... Actually, you know what I'll do right now? Oh, Met doesn't get spoiled.
Oh,
but-
did you get a new friend?
No, I have the clip of me seeing the mount for the first time, and
Oh.
it broke my fucking brain.
Let me ask, are the memes correct?
I mean, do you want to know the answer to that? I won't tell you if you don't want to know.
The answer. That's not a question you want an answer to if you don't want to be spoiled.
Well, I guess that kind of gives it away, but...
Well, if they're right, then I already know what it is.
I will leave it to you. I'm going to spoiler tag this. You can watch it if you want. But I legit, it broke me. My brain.
Well, I guess I'm gonna see it.
I will say this, if I get it, you're definitely gonna see it, because I'm never riding another mount in the rest, like, forever.
You know what'll be funny? If Knights gets it before you.
Oh, he's absolutely gonna get it. He's absolutely gonna get it before me.
Before you get it on on any of your three.
Oh, I guarantee. I mean, he'll have it before my main has it. I can guarantee you that. Actually, wait, no. Yeah, wait, no. Yeah, actually, he will. Yeah, because he is literally, for this group, he is the priority before me. Yeah, so I knew what it was, but I hadn't seen it yet. That was me seeing it for the first time, and oh my god.
You know, I honest to God did not think the memes were real, but it's great that it is. Oh, that's awesome.
People are apparently fucking pissed. I didn't realize this.
Yeah, the fucking casuals are pissed that they're not gonna complete.
That's such a stupid thing. No, it's just such a stupid thing because there's so many. It's like there's so many mounts that are available for content that people don't do. Why is it only when the content is raiding that people are upset?
Because the mount is cute looking and.
But there's plenty of cute. There's
casuals.
plenty of cute mounts that are only available through on different types of content.
Listen, toxic casuals are gonna complain about raiders because we are toxic to them, and they don't want to see raiders get cute mounts. It just is like that. But yeah, that shit's cute. Do you know what track it plays?
It plays Phase 1. Thank God it plays Phase 1. I don't like Phase 2 music. I keep saying that, but that's not true. I think the Phase 2 music is awesome and really epic for what the boss is, until you've heard it for 30 minutes, and then I'm done. Then I'm absolutely done with it after 30 minutes, because it's not
almost like that song was meant to be played for just a 5-minute tactics fight.
But it's not even. But there's no beef soft tacos to be found, which doesn't make any sense. So literally, during the last couple hours of my raiding, I was playing Final Phase Uwu, beef soft tacos, as my background music, because that felt more appropriate. Also, weirdly, Possessed by Disease from the Nier 24 man works really well for that fight. I also listened to Is it the Dark Wolf or the Black Wolf Rises Again? Is the Emerald Weapon song?
Emerald Weapon, yeah.
That one doesn't That one doesn't fit, but it's just a fucking banger, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that one slaps so hard. I fucking love it.
I power cycled my devices.
I didn't think the final boss, the final phases song was actually like. It wasn't enough, and I get that it was kind of. The idea is that it's a callback to what the boss is representing, but I think it missed the mark on a way better song that it could have called back to that is represented the same way.
You know, I should play Tactics. I've never played it. There's so much fucking lore.
Alright, y'all, is a PS5 worth it for this?
No.
Yeah. Got it. Well,
For what?
You gave me your opinion already, so
No, I'm just saying that a PS5 in general is not worth it. There's not enough games unique to it that can't be played on other devices.
Yeah,
that was from the meme earlier of there's enough as there many Pikmin.
I hardly even touch it, and I got it as a birthday gift last year.
Yeah, like the only reason I would play it, I would buy one is for 16 and
Well, yeah.
Demon Souls.
Yeah, it's like
And whatchamacallit, when Final Fantasy VII's part 2 comes out next year.
My husband plays it more than me. That should be telling enough. He plays like Demon Souls and what the fuck else is on there?
Final Fantasy 16.
That's it.
Oh, the playroom.
I mean,
Yeah,
that is being a little unfair. Like I do love that almost every I have yet to find a single one of like my PS4 games that I love that I can't just download and play on the PS5
I think it makes
with
a lot
better
more
load
sense if
times.
you don't have a PC that can play games on it. Like just the whole like
That's the
the
boat I'm
upgrade of having like an SSD on a console. Is
SSD
pretty
and
huge.
the fact that I can literally download and play any of my like the Kingdom Hearts games that I own with wicked fast load times.
Yeah.
Like
PS5 Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. The ultimate
Hell yes.
experience.
Oh yeah, that would be
No,
great.
yeah, but that's
actually.
why I call my fucking PS5 my Final Fantasy machine, because that's literally.
I might. My PS4 was my Monster Hunter machine, and I just
I-
never touched it after that.
I barely use. Yeah, my PS4 was a fucking PT machine.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Y'all are moving just fine, so
Oh,
hoping.
I got my PS4 when I knew it was already like done for. I literally got it just so I could like get the demo before it went down.
I loved my PS4.
And then I don't know. I guess I played vanilla Persona 5 on it, and then that's it.
I should play Persona. I should play any Persona game.
Oh, you know what? There was that live service Spelunker game.
God, I'm not lagging. That's that.
You're still lagging?
No, I'm not lagging because I've been fighting this entire fight slightly lagging.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess I got to play FF7 Remake on it too.
Yep. Yes, it does.
True.
Now to take your measure.
Hawks, then light parties.
Yeah, power cycling does fix so many issues.
I'm just gonna start for mechanic callouts. I'm just gonna make up words, but as long as you guys associate those with the mechanic, then it will still work. Center, and then east-west. Like I could just say oog, and that could be dark or something, and then light could be blurp.
I'm a level with you. I think that's just what language is.
Requesting that all callouts,
Sides,
even heals
then
and
partners.
mid, be like that.
Oh, it's okay. It's sticks, so I need you to use gear. And don't forget Sporple.
I barreled.
How can I forget Squirtle?
Did you say you barreled?
I barreled for the stick. Yeah.
Tanks don't forget good stuff.
Dark boys.
Dark mirrors, knockback. Knockback, then partners. Wait for the lasers, then partners.
I got the raise. I do not have the raise. It was too far out.
Western potato. Never potato.
I'm sorry, it was.
I swear, it just does not take effect half the time.
Are you doing
When are you knockback immuning?
Because it's really fast.
Yeah, I need to do it.
So,
I need to do
so
it.
if you you can pop knockback immune the moment you get to the safe spot, and it will cover.
I do it halfway.
Very nice.
I do it halfway from the when the cast bar is halfway done. That's when I do it.
Okay.
And it
Okay.
I think you can just do it when the mirror is over, right? Like, that point it's safe.
I'm not certain. I can double check.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Yeah.
So, I know that whole thing was kind of a stupid joke, but like, the whole like assigning just a random thing to a mechanic is actually a very useful thing for super fast mechanics.
We're making little mind palaces for ourselves.
Clocks, then buddies. Specifically, the recommendation I gave to somebody, buddies, was one of the top mechanics where it's just like there's a bunch of iterations. You just assign a random short word in to each iteration, and as long as everybody knows it, light parties, then it works. You could have like cat, dog, fish, because they're fast to say. Out then in. Do buddies in. Get used to that, by the way, Rory, because I realized I do this a lot. I'll just say hello to anyone when they come and do like partner mechanics with me. And I realize I think it's because I just feel like it would be rude of me not to say hello to someone when they run up to me. Because I was doing it all through 12. Every time somebody was my partner for shapes, I was like, oh, hello, Kit, as they approached me. Light mirrors. Knockback, and then buddies. For the lasers, buddies in.
Yeah, so it does last if you pop it when they spawn.
Okay.
But just barely.
Shadow Messenger, east-west.
Warriors forged in my own image.
Oh, god damn it. You're right, it's confirmation bias.
Out. It will be healer stacks out. Wait for the dark. Move in. And max melee. And stay max melee. And center. Chrono A. Run to A. Then to clocks. Fry
Maybe
and
don't take this.
positionals.
I mean, oh no, I don't have.
Light
stamina.
parties?
She's way too far.
Light parties after. In light parties. And stonks.
For victory!
Light stream.
Fine. Odd one out.
It's northwest. 4. Group 1 clockwise. Group 2 counterclockwise.
Will light embrace or darkness
Be
consume?
out then buddies. In buddies.
It's very close.
Will light embrace or
Out,
darkness
Chrono
consume?
center, then buddies on corners. In buddies.
Got Serena. Got Ruri. That's all the mana I have.
I'm hard casting on Chrono, and then I can go to tail.
Fortunately, you need to have everyone up.
I am the emissary, and I
No,
shall never die.
Hold on. Actually,
Because
I
you
can
may not
adjust. I
commit
can adjust.
tether.
I can adjust. All right, Rory, you are a long tether, so go to C, Rory. Rory, go to C.
Yep, you're D.
Rory, go to C. Yep.
Light is safe.
I'm gonna try and get away from you to 1. Oh, I didn't, man. But just keep going for the mechanic. So back to your position.
For victory!
And then it's gonna be buddies, so swords go
Oh, clocks
clockwise.
tonight.
Clockwise. Everybody's clockwise. Not a single person ran clockwise.
Now to take your measure.
So go check that step out again in the toolbox. It's everyone goes clockwise. The only people who don't go, it's everyone but 1 and 3 go clockwise. 1 and 3 don't move.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
A goes to 1, C goes to
Unless you're a
3.
long DPS, yeah.
A goes to 1, C goes to 3, B and 2 go to C, and D and 4 go to A. If we ever have to res somebody during Dark and Light, how it works is if they are a short tether, then they can be resed by the person they are tethered to and not the other healer. If they are a long tether, they cannot be resed by the person they are tethered to. They have to be resed by the other healer. Plum only res if you know for a fact that the person resing at the spot is a long... No, actually, Plum, I think you would never res.
I'm just not gonna res. I was about to say.
Essentially, I think like if you're long DPS, you can res the support that's on your colors. So like if you're on 3, you could res the person who's supposed to be at C.
Yeah.
Because basically, once they res, they'll start blasting the person they're tethered to.
But also that is like an incredibly hard thing to parse out in a second when everything else is going on.
Basically, it's mostly just healers. If your partner dies, if you're short, you can res them. If you're long, you can't.
Yeah.
Or if you
Okey-doke.
you actually can if you res
You can.
them
We'll
and
just
then
need a
run
babysit
away.
between 2 people.
Oh no, it's not babysittable. They die.
Mhm.
If
No, we were able to cover at least. Ruri didn't take as much damage as you when you were rezzed, because I threw some shields on her. It doesn't like kill you right away, but it sucks.
yeah, but if you're resing in the wrong spot and they don't have a backflip, then it's over.
Alvis should eat. I'm gonna start the countdown in a second.
Rather than try and out heal it, you should just like run to their position, res, and then run back.
Ah,
My
that's the wrong
heart
fucking thing.
quivers
Sorry,
in
tank.
anticipation.
Try and see through Dark and Light again. It would be awesome to see Dark Current tonight. Box, then buddies. Buddies.
Will light embrace or
Center.
darkness consume?
And then light parties. I did
Got
that.
tail.
Alright, next is the line.
Now to take your measure.
Sides, then buddies. Buddies. Stickies.
For victory!
Of course, when I like pre-position in front, he stops.
Ooh, that's fun. I think it was a bad node.
Emmet Selk himself
For
could
the
do
light
no
mirrors.
better.
East-west, light mirrors.
These magics are not for you to
Knock
wield.
back, and then buddies. Wait for the lasers, then buddies in. Shadowed Messengers is next.
I'll get the rest.
East-west. Such a slow
Warriors forged in my own image. Now to take
be
your
light
Don't go too
parties
hard. Don't go
out.
in yet. Don't go in yet.
Be
Stay in the
light-
corner. Stay in the
be light
wedge. Go
parties
back.
out.
Get clear. 3 now.
In, then light parties out. Center, Chrono is north. Run to A.
Getting Serena.
Box, then light parties.
Oh, I can't reach Serena.
It's fine. Don't, it's light parties, so it doesn't matter. In light parties.
Now I can.
Then sticks.
victory!
Light stream.
You were right, Serena. You were just closer than I thought you were able to be.
West is safe. D.
You took, what was it? Upheld ruling twice.
Will light embrace or
One
darkness
clockwise, or two
consume?
counterclockwise. There'll be light parties out. Eunomia's next. And that one random circle mechanic that happens before Dark and Light.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Out, then in partners. Chrono is center. In buddies. Alright, dark and light. Group tanks on A or D, healers on B or C. Single tether color is long, 2 tether colors is short.
I am the emissary, and I shall never die.
Knights, you're in the wrong spot. Go to 1.
Swap with me? Okay, good.
Okay. We're gonna rotate
Dark
to
is
the
safe.
dark orbs. Dark orbs, so just go either clockwise or just straight back. Then go back to your markers. Back to your markers. Then it'll be light parties, be on your diamonds, and then move clockwise to your light parties. Shorts just go back. Then back to your markers. Then sides and partners, so rotate clockwise to 1 and 3 longs. Shorts just get out. Shorts just
We're
go
going
out.
to A, Aldous.
And then in buddies.
Oh
in
my
buddies,
God.
In buddies.
I'll grab a club.
Will you be judged worthy to exist?
Sorry, Rory.
You can't.
For victory!
What happened?
People were out of position, so their tethers weren't resolved, and then
Yeah, I thought the tethers went away,
Nope.
and I didn't realize they were still there.
That's
Not-
the big trick
Not
at the
until
end,
the
yeah.
emissary. So after the last mechanic, you either
You're
everybody
still
goes back to
standing
their
still,
things,
yeah.
or you just stay where you are.
it's easier to stay where you are for that.
1 sec, I just want to look at dividing again really quick.
The first thing you need to do, so shorts really can literally just go straight out of the line and then just straight back in. They don't have to go to the corners because the longs are so far north and south that they can really just kind of go basically like
Yeah.
at 2 and 4 essentially would be where they stack. After,
Yeah.
so they go
I
out.
was.
then-
I what happened was I thought donuts were happening,
Ooh.
and I got mixed up.
Got time for one more poll? And
Yeah.
that was almost completed almost cleanly.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
I know we've seen partners every time, but that last one can also be light parties, in which case again, shorts just go out to B and D, out, and the longs rotate clockwise.
Yeah.
And just stay there until emissary wills casts.
Now to take your measure.
Bucks, then buddies.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
It's out, and then it'll be in
Oh
buddies.
no, you need to. Okay.
In buddies.
Now to take your measure.
Sides, then in partners. In buddies.
For victory!
Sticks.
Did it just for you, Taro.
Oh. I appreciate it, but I'm not really DPSing.
Like, I was trying to the past few polls, but it always chose Brewery, so...
At the end of the day, it's not the worst thing, but it is nice when we go like that.
Yeah, it's helpful for melee.
Look for the light mirrors. East-west, look for your light mirrors.
These magics are not for you.
Knockback, and then light parties, max melee.
Hey, I got it up.
One more.
Neat.
I just think...
I just got a really cool shot of your entire party falling over in unison, and then Rory's corpse raising out of the pile of dead bodies.
Like a phoenix.
86 MS ping.
My heart quivers in anticipation. Now to take your
Box,
measure.
and then light parties. parties.
I can't raise right now.
I got it.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Out. And in, buddies.
I can get Chrono. Got Knights as well.
Now to take your measure.
Careful with this one.
Yep, be on the sides. It's facing south, so it's fine. In, buddies.
We're doing True North still. Getting Knights again.
For victory!
6.
MSL himself could do
Light.
no better.
Light mirrors.
These magics are not for you to
It'll
wield.
be knockback and then light parties out. Shadowed Messengers is next. East-west.
Warriors forged in my own image.
Counterclockwise, and then it will be
Not yet,
Light-
Elvis. Not yet.
light
Not
parties
yet.
out. Into the dark, max melee, and then stay max melee.
Oh, did
It was
Echo
pointed.
swap there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Echo swapped because I died, and Alvin pulled it away, and I couldn't pull it back.
I didn't realize that. Swap there.
All right,
Shit. Okay. Elvis, I fucked up
Sorry.
there.
all good.
Good job tonight.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's something up with the crystal server, so.
Yeah, I mean, I was lagging
I
a
haven't
little bit
noticed
earlier, but
anything.
not too much.
Y'all were jumping around that last pull. I was just like, there's something else. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine. It might be a node issue.
Yeah.
It might be a node issue, but I'm so close to tail that it's like, I don't know. It's that, I don't know.
You mean nights? You're nowhere near me. I mean,
I'm
you're
close to
3
that.
hours away.
I'll buy you something that's worth 1 gil on the market board there, Knights.
Alright, well,
I'll-
good
I'll
job,
give you
y'all.
one. Whenever I'm
Yeah.
on Crawl next, or if you want to come over to Zalera, I'll get ya. I'll catch ya.
Hmm
All right.
Definitely try to look into Letter of the Law in between.
All right. I'm gonna end stream there. Gonna head to kind of bed soon. Have a good night.